Hey, what's up guys? You probably get from the title and the thumb what this video is about, so we'll jump right into it. You know, back in the day, I used to be a hardcore gamer, but all that stopped when the GPU market got like blitzkrieged or whatever by Bitcoin. The result was a decent GPU for the latest titles was out of a reasonable price reach. Now, this GPU released in August 2016 at 179 US dollars. A quick search showed me that today you can get ones like this new in box for 165 US dollars. Just one below that option was 80 US dollars. Now that guy gets it. Now you see the difference there. August 2016, we'll just count that as 2 years ago, because we're already in 19 now. 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 2 years and a few months. So 2 years ago, 179 new, and now today new in box. Does that mean the box is new, or is it just been put new in the box? Anyway, so new in box, we'll just say it's new, for 165 US dollars. Now that is, if my math is correct, like 14 US dollars difference. Now, yeah, like I said, the below one, $80. Cool, that guy gets it. But however, you know, looking at this one, I see it's only got one display port. I'm thinking, well, that's no good for me, because I always use 2 monitors. Now, that might be fine back in the day when you're just 1080p gaming and, you know, everything is affordable. You can't, you know, think of owning a second monitor. But yeah, it's not really feasible for me. And then I saw another one on Newegg, and this was for 357 US dollars. I mean, well, come on guys, update your stock prices. Like, these GPUs are not worth that much anymore, you know. Now further looking into this, some poor fella in 2017 was after one of these 470s. 2017, and his budget was like $250 or less. And like, the first reply he got was like, you know, you're dreaming. You're not going to get that GPU for that price. And yeah, that's unheard of. And some other nice guy later suggested, I think it was like, pay a bit more and get a 1060 3GB model. And you know, that 1060 3GB is like really good still today. Don't get like put off, you know, like, oh, I'm going to get this 8GB card because, you know, more is better. But I wouldn't say chances are, but you know, like, chances are your game is not going to utilize all of that 8GB of RAM. And you know, it's mostly used for, you know, storing the textures. You know, if you want ultra high textures, then more memory on your GPU will be, you know, would be ideal. But you know, high settings, 3GB, you know, like, you got like low, medium, high, ultra, you know, just high settings on that 3GB 1060 will be perfect. But anyway, went off track a little bit. Now, I may or may not be in a unique situation, but you know, living in China gets me pretty damn good deals on a lot of these tech related things. Aside from, you know, like brand new stuff, like from big names like Apple, you know, you actually end up paying a premium. You know, they're made here and sold here as well. But there's a higher tax on those kind of electronics. So you'll think, oh yes, I'll go to China and I'll buy an iPhone, a MacBook, and all of that, and I'm gonna save a bunch of money. You know, you're gonna kind of balance it like my plane tickets and the savings I'll make. But actually, you know, you'll fly here, you go to the shop and you say, what the hell? This is like $300 more than what I pay back home. And yeah, anyway, that's the situation with the tax. Second-hand market, I don't see anything like that. Nothing like that. Just brand new. So yeah, so I picked this up for, I picked this 8GB model up for 70 US dollars around about. And well, the 4GB model was just like $5 less. So I thought, why not just get the 8GB? And I was, you know, skeptical at first. I was like, this GPU 8GB model, and it's just like a few dollars more than the 4 gig model. It's got a fake BIOS, or I don't know, a real BIOS, but like the RAM modules are lower, like 256, 8 times 256 or something like that. And like all these things were going through my head, and I was like, hey, fine, I'll do it. I'll buy one and I'll see how it goes. Now I brought it, and like I thought, my assumption was it was going to be dirty as hell, and yeah, it was pretty filthy. And now I think this was only released for the Chinese market. Now I wouldn't say it was directed to the Chinese market. I'll just say it's released in the Chinese market only, because I couldn't find much information about this. I couldn't find an identical PCB. They always had some slight differences between other 470s, like some done by Sapphire, some done by Asus, whatever you say, Asus. And actually, the BIOS seems to be a similar one that the Asus uses. I think it was the Nitro, and so that came with a higher stock clock. And so when I had a look at the PCB, you can probably see now the RAM modules, and I gave them a quick search, and they were indeed 8 gig modules for this board, and nothing funky about that. And doing some benchmarks and some stress tests to test the limits of the card, didn't crash, ran perfectly. Only crashed when I severely overclocked it. But yeah, I found a nice stable limit. And yeah. So first thing is, unboxed it very what do you say? Not very flash unboxing, came in a cardboard box, inside a bubble wrap and newspaper. Inside bubble wrap and newspaper. But yeah, I didn't expect a original box anyway. So unboxed that, very anti-dramatic. Plugged it in, tried it, did a few quick benchmarks, just get like a, streamline, borderline, what's that line? You know the line I'm talking about. And pulled it out, cleaned it up, plugged it back in, and it performed really, really well. So conclusion time. Now it's not going to be one of those silly conclusions where they say, get it for this, it's really good, and then, it's not really good for this, so maybe don't get it. So you're like, should I get it or shouldn't I get it? Now if you fit the same situation as me, like you haven't been gaming for a few years, and you're a bit poor, then absolutely buy this card. It's $70 US. You can play like the latest titles, ultra settings, at least 40 FPS or more, usually a little bit more. Like I tried it on Hitman, Just Cause, Far Cry, and Doom. Doom's not really a latest title, but it was one that my previous GPU struggled with. Now with this one you get like 80 FPS, both engines use Vulkan or OpenGL, it's going to be the same. 80 FPS, that might be a kind of bottleneck in my system if they're both performing the same, but your mileage may vary. Yeah, so absolutely get this card, nothing wrong with it. Something dies on it, it's going to be the fans. Replace the fans, just $10. What else can I say? Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and hope you like it. Hope to see you again. I'm not gonna see you again. You can see me again, but you know what I mean. Okay, see you later.